become more political and had started to lean more to the left, becoming more pro-gay and trans rights oriented. She stated that Robinson began to date his roommate, a biological male who was transitioning genders.
It's official, folks. Utah is seeking the death penalty for Tyler Robinson, the assassin of Charlie Kirk, as well as he read off the entire transcript of the infamous secret private messages and note that was exchanged between the transgender lover, Lance Twiggy, and Tyler Robinson. Remember, Kash Patel, Dan Bongino, they were going around doing interviews and confusing the entire world. I always kind of cringe. Like, I don't want you guys doing guest spots. I don't want you doing prime time. I don't want you being on television. Just do your job. It's okay. I get it. You want to be radically transparent like Trump. I get it. But you guys have really done a piss poor job of that so far. I love you to death. I'm just telling you the truth. I've got the entire transcript verbatim. I'm going to read it for you step by step. Not only was it text messages, but there was a handwritten note as well. We're going to go to the trusty outline. I always do my due diligence, qualitative and quantitative research. And by the way, if you want a copy, I always give away my notes. Speaking of transparency, I always give them away for free. Link is in the pinned comment and in the description down below. Let's get into it. Okay, so first, it was broken that Charlie Kirk's assassin admitted his guilt in a Discord chat. He originally said, "Hey guys, I have bad news for you all. It was me at UVU yesterday. I'm sorry for all this. I'm surrendering through a sheriff friend in a few moments. Thanks for all the good times and laughs." Now, there's been a little bit of controversy that maybe Discord wasn't divulging or disclosing all the pertinent information. As a matter of fact, they said at first that there was no record of Tyler Robinson leaving any messages, and then this was discovered. And then to confirm what Kash Patel said, and Bongino has confirmed this as well as Pam Bondi, it's now being reported that up to 20 transgender LGBTQ in a Discord group chat with Tyler Robinson might have had advanced knowledge of Charlie Kirk's assassination. There was even some acquired documentation from the Utah County Sheriffs from Crowder, Stephen Crowder and the Mug Club, apparently, which confirmed that there was this kind of interesting parlay of activities that Tyler Robinson engaged in that was not divulged to the public. I'm going to leave this all in my notes if you want to see it, but essentially it has to do with everything that's ensconced within the text messages and the exchange between Tyler Robinson and his transgender lover, which I'm going to read right now. Now, I have to talk about this guy before we get to the transcript. Who in the world is George Zinn? Okay, this is the guy that authorities initially arrested. I reported it right when it happened as well, who literally confessed as soon as Charlie Kirk was shot, saying, "I am the one. I'm the one who did it." And I'm going to read for you exactly. This to me just really is the most cryptic part of this whole thing. Why? Because none of it makes any sense. I don't know who this guy is. And it seems that the sole purpose and intent to his admission was to make sure that the shooter, Tyler Robinson, was able to get away. He was a diversion. He was a coy. But who is he? So police documents showed what led to Zinn's arrest in the moments after a gunshot rang out. According to police, immediately, I'm going to kind of just sum up this so we can get to the transcript, the juicy stuff. But if you want a free copy of my notes, I'll let you know how you can get that at the end. Zinn approached an officer and yelled, "I shot him. Now shoot me." Even after the officer saw both of Zinn's hands and did not spot a weapon, Zinn again yelled, "I shot him. Now shoot me," leading to his arrest. So this guy comes out of nowhere. They couldn't find a weapon. As he was being escorted, he again claimed to have been the shooter, said, "Just shoot me." Then he gets to the department, asks for an attorney, and then he claims to say, "I only did it to," quote, right there in the middle, "draw attention from the real shooter." That's where things just get really strange for me. And I'm curious what you guys think about this as well. As he later was being transferred to the hospital due to a medical condition, he made a similar comment, adding that, quote, he wanted to be a martyr for the person who was shot. He wanted to be a martyr for the person who was shot. Charlie Kirk? And then this is the weirdest most bizarre aspect of this. He went to the hospital, Utah Department of Public Safety and an FBI agent, investigators, they met with him. And then during that interview, the agents asked him to ask Zinn to look at his phone, which he agreed to, but then warned them that he uses the phone to view underage children sex. I can't say it or else I'll delete the video. Abuse material. This guy was into porn. Children. What? Those agents found the images that Zinn referred to and asked the Utah County Special Victims Unit to take over the matter. So, I mean, this is so unbelievable that first he was booked into charge of obstruction of justice, and now 4 counts of second-degree felony sex exploitation of a minor. But it doesn't make any sense. Who is this guy? Why would he do? Is he just another nut job? Was he suicidal? Is he feeling guilt for being an exploiter of mine? What, like who, what, when I'm trying to do as much digging as I can on this. It is very hard. I know there's other people out there, hint, hint, Candace Owens, who are making some seriously radical, over the top, exaggerated claims about Israel, about Netanyahu, about, Bill Ackman and Charlie Kirk getting into this fight. I cannot, it's all alleged. I can't confirm anything. I'll say one thing about Candace Owens. She sure knows how to draw attention to herself. But here, let's go through the verbatim text exchange that was quoted today by the Utah County DA. I will keep you posted as I get more information on who this George Zinn guy is. But if you have an idea, if you have any kind of inclination, or if you're in the Utah area, anything, let me know in the comments, and everybody else read in the comments too, and make sure that I get to it. Okay. The DA said that the roommate, who is Lance Twiggs, the furry transgender, said, if you don't know what I'm talking about, my previous video, I talked about furries, said that he got a text message from Robinson saying, stop everything and look under my keyboard. So after reading a note under the keyboard, it said, that note read, I had the opportunity to take out Charlie Kirk, and I'm going to take it. And then the roommate texted Robinson, what? You're joking, right? And then Robinson said, I am still okay, my love. This proves everything. This proves transgender is a very heavy component, radical left ideology, heavy component. The left and the media and the corporate press and people like mentally Ilhan Omar and Joyless Reed and the worst of the worst scum, Don Lemon, they all want to say that this was a right-winger. This was a conservative. Not even close. Like, not even close to close. His family, yes, which actually fueled his opposition through these underground furry, Discord chat rooms, etc., and the radicalization of perhaps his roommate and college and a whole other things. This guy is not conservative. Don't let them fool you. I am still okay, my love, but I'm stuck in Orem for a little while longer yet. Shouldn't be long until I can come home, but I got to grab my rifle still. To be honest, I had hoped to keep this secret till I died of old age. I'm sorry to involve you. Wait, what? I hope to keep this secret till I died of old age. I mean, you didn't do a really good job of that, pal. Either you're incredibly submental and have a completely diminished capacity because you left so many clues, the rifle in the woods, the towel, you don't think there's surveillance cameras. You stood out like a sore thumb. You're limping in some videos showing that the weapon was on your person. I mean, there was just so many clues. Are you joking me? And then you confess and your father catches you. And it's just, you were hoping to keep this secret till you died of old age. I'm sorry to involve you. You weren't the one who did it, right? The roommate. So the roommate really was the one who was like, what in the world are you like? This apparently, we don't know for sure, came as the biggest shock to the roommate, Lance Twiggs. You weren't the one who did it, right? I am. I'm sorry, Robinson said. Roommate, I thought they caught the person. This is referring to George Zinn. Robinson said, no, they grabbed some crazy old dude, then interrogated someone in similar clothing. I had planned. So the crazy old dude, is that George Zinn? And is Robinson telling the truth there to his roommate, which these were private and secret messages at the time? I don't know if he had any premonition that these would be made public one day or what have you, or maybe his roommate, he counted on his roommate keeping this confidential. Is that right there just a sort of confirmation that George Zinn is nobody important? I don't know. You tell me. They grabbed some crazy old dude, then interrogated someone in similar clothing. I had planned to grab my rifle from my drop point shortly after, but most of that side of town got locked down. It's quiet, almost enough to get out, but there's one vehicle lingering. Lance says, why? Tyler says, why did I do it? This is it right here, folks. Lance says, yeah. This is the real tragedy, the self-admission, the confirmation of everything we need of the pollution of radical propagandist media, these hateful, spiteful, corrupt politicians and indoctrination camps. I had enough of his hatred. There was no hatred. Some hate can't be negotiated out. If I'm able to grab my rifle unseen, I will have left no evidence. Going to attempt to retrieve it again. Hopefully they have moved on. I haven't seen anything about them finding it. And then Lance says, how long have you been planning this? This is where I get very, very skeptical and this just seems off to me. Like you had no idea you're living with this dude. You're transitioning from male to female. You're a furry. Like you don't know, you had no clue that this was happening. Robinson said a bit over a week, I believe. I can get close to it, but there is a squad car parked right by it. I think they already swept that spot, but I don't want to chance it. Wow. And then Robinson continues, I'm wishing I had circled back and grabbed it as soon as I got to my vehicle. I'm worried what my old man would do if I didn't bring back Grandpa's rifle. IDK if it had a serial number, but it wouldn't trace to me. I worry about prints I had to leave it in a bush where I changed outfits. Didn't have the ability or time to bring it with. I might have to abandon it and hope they don't find prints. You want to keep this into your old age, and this is your boy. You're not only are you a complete psychopath, not only have you been completely polluted by propaganda, but you're just inept and ineffectual. My God. How the F will I explain losing it to my old man? Only thing I left was the rifle wrapped in a towel. Remember how I was engraving bullets? The effing messages are mostly a big meme. If I see notices bulge UWU on Fox News, I might have a stroke. All right, I'm going to have to leave it. That really effing sucks. And then later in the thread, judging from today, I'd say Grandpa's gun. This is harsh. Judging from today, I'd say Grandpa's gun does just fine, IDK. I think it was a $2,000 scope. Wink, wink. So he must have saw the video of Charlie Kirk. And there's all sorts of explanation, too, that the reason that Charlie Kirk's hands erected that fast was the bullet actually clipped, I know this is harsh, his spinal cord, which he would have rendered him instantly paraplegic, and his nervous system reacted by that swift, there's a sort of name for it when your hands go up like that and he tilted to the left, which mean his carotid artery, what's it called? I can't remember the name of it. You know what the name of it is. He saw that video, and that's probably why he said that. He then continued, delete this exchange. My dad wants photos of the rifle. He says Grandpa wants to know who has that. The feds released a photo of the rifle, and it is very unique. He's calling me right now, not answering. And then Robinson continues, since Trump got into office, my dad has been pretty diehard MAGA. I'm going to turn myself in willingly. One of my neighbors here is a deputy for the sheriff. You are all I worry about, love. And then Lance responds, I'm much more worried about you. And then Robinson says, don't talk to the media, please. Don't take any interviews or make any comments. If any police ask you questions, ask for a lawyer and stay silent. What an ordeal. What a tragedy. 2 lives completely over. One, tragically, a father, husband, innocent, who engaged in the time-honored tradition of healthy debate. He was emblematic of what America is all about. And the other, a young person who seemingly started off in a great family. Even President Trump mentioned this in a press conference. And then as soon as he went to college, as soon as he was swarmed and ensnared in this underground dark web world of anarchy and just evil personified, became radically altered mentally, physically, and more. It's just so tragic. This shouldn't have happened. And we need to really, really take a hard look at what's happening in our institutions. And obviously, I've said it a million times that the radical left, the hypocrisy, the Hippocrats, the media, they're all complicit in this. You've got mentally Ilhan Omar now, not even apologizing for her posts about Charlie Kirk, basically celebrating his demise. It is so preposterous, ghastly, ugly, demonic, and anti-American. You are all complicit. You are all complicit. I can't wait to get your comments on this. Let me know what you think as more stuff unfolds. I'm still not sure who this George Zinn guy is, but as more stuff comes in, I will give you all the skinny. Your boy Nez will always keep you in the loop. Please tap that thumbs up if you love America. It doesn't cost you a thing, but it helps us out immeasurably. You could even do it on your remote if you're watching this on your TV. Check out these videos coming up on the screen right here, just in case you missed them. Tap my face right here to subscribe and follow. It's absolutely free. Let me know where you're joining me from too, what city, what state, what time you're watching this. And as always, may God bless you and may God bless the USA and all who defend her. I'll see you soon.